welcome back Bots and Bits fans. Today I'm taking you on a tour of the JinJiang mixer, part of their powerful working machine combiner, and this is of course their simplified knockoff Generation Toys gravity builder. Now I don't have NBK Mixmaster or Generation Toys version, so we'll have to skip that and instead focus on what happened straight out of the box, and that is this section has broken off. I didn't touch it, nothing. As soon as I cut it out of its plastic prison, this just came straight out, and you can see, where are we? Right here, look. That looks soft as cheese right there. That is not good. Straight away, my JinJiang mixer experience has not been a fun one. First transformation, this tab snaps as well. So all that sturdiness in the scrapper has not carried over. This guy has some issues and some tolerances, and mine, it's not working out for me. But we'll get to that in a second. So for starters, the plastic quality, soft as cheese, but does look okay. The black is nice, and these swivels are nice and tight. The purple looks good, and it has that soft speckle in it as well. I'm really digging this clear red plastic. That looks fantastic. Look at that. That looks awesome. That face sculpt looks great. The paint on the face is done, well, it's done really well actually, considering. That ball socket is super tight. It is just light piped, but that I'm digging that. That looks heaps better than their scrapper. Silver on the abdomen isn't done particularly well. Down the bottom here it is, but up around here it's all fuzzy and missing in places. A little bit of silver here, that's alright. Silver on the bumper, which it's a bit chipped. It's not really filling the gap or anything. Black painted windows where they haven't really gone all the way around the window wipers, and yeah, we've got, hang on, got some warning stripes. That should be a warning for fragile. It looks okay. In the back here, just got a couple of red bits that are painted okay. Got some clear plastic for these missile bits, which do fold out over his head like the toy and like the Generation Toys version. But there is a clearance issue with this mixing barrel, so we'll just get these bits out of the way, open that up a bit, and then we bring it up, and you do just sort of have to flex all of this around. It's not like that. There we go. It's not the greatest, but you can do it. That just does not want to turn. Close this up behind it, and what do we do with these? Bring them right back. See, now knowing what I know about that and that, doing this on this pin hinge, there's a lot of flexing happening. I can just see that breaking. Anyway, so there he is with his big hat. Not a fan, have to tell you, not a fan, but yeah, whatever, it's there. Yeah, so this is a bit of a quick one. Articulation wise, there isn't really much to say. You do have a friction all the way up to there and all the way down. These kind of get in the way. You got that, it's a super stiff pin hinge there, right, on a mushroom swivel. So, but they do tend to get in the way, and it is a little bit scary bending that pin, like I said before. Okay, so down here we get a bicep swivel, which it's a little bit loose, but it's not floppy loose, it's adequate. We have a bend at the elbow, which is nice and stiff. We have better hands on this one than on Scrapper. That's a nice and stiff swivel. Other side is the same, and that is I didn't even say that before, that is a ball socket on the inside there. So you get a little bit forward and back, up and down, all of that, plus the hinge there. So great shoulder articulation. Same deal on the other side. That's a little bit loose, but it is just a screw, so we could tighten that and fix that looseness. In the waist, we do have a little bit of left to right, just like that. No swivel, just the left to right. And then down on the hips, we have ratchets going outwards. Very, very soft. And not very strong at all. Other side is the same. Just a screw. You could possibly tighten that and get better performance out of it. I'm not going to bother. There's no thigh swivel at all. The forward and back on the hips is like, look, it's soft ratchet. So you're right there. First click, and then that's it. Because the hip skirts don't move. Same. You get 2 clicks back. Now these knees and these feet, oh man, they suck. They suck so bad. I'm just gonna get this box out of the way. My camera keeps focusing on it. Right, these knees suck. Okay, so you've got a very soft ratchet in the back of the knee, and then you've got another hinge just below it. Okay, so that ratchet, it's pretty useless, right? If you have his hat on backwards, it makes it incredibly difficult to position the knees correctly. Right, so now look at that. See, can't do it. Too back heavy. So you need to adjust these knees a bit. In the instructions, you're meant to have them forward. Is that a stress mark? Bloody hell, it is too. Right there in the back of the knee. Push him all the way forward and have him upright. Oh, see, now I've messed it up. Stand up. Thank you. It's not pretty, but at least he's standing up. The positioning these knees is just, look, one's back, one's forward, but the legs are still roughly in the same position. See, look, back, forward. Yeah, you got to put his hat on. You have to put his hat on because he's just way too unstable. And these feet, they're on a pretty good ball socket. They're not loose. They're actually quite tight. But this is like slightly ratcheted, but it doesn't do shit. So these ankles, the ankles just give, and he just leans all the way back. You know, like he's got knees here, feet here, and you can't really, like, seen in pictures, like this is on more of an angle, so it's more of a point sort of thing. So the feet are more in line with the knees, and you get much better weight distribution. But this, nah, it's not happening. And also these tabs holding the feet in, useless. Doesn't do shit. Mine at least, mine's a big fail. But yeah, anyway, let's get into the transformation of this guy. It's quite simple, but there are a couple of issues. Oh, actually, before I get into that, let's have a quick look at his pistol. That is a nice looking pistol for him, and it fits in his hand. Nice and stiff. Stand up. There we go. Pistol looks good, holds it fine, and he comes with this sword accessory. It's off like a Toy World Dinobot combiner or something. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I'm not really too fussed. This comes out, and that's his sword. All right, and he holds that just fine. He doesn't stand up. Alright. Okay, on to transformation. Now to start off with, you're going to bring his hat out. And it around. And twist that around and close his mixer back up. Straighten the torso a bit, just like that. Straighten his head up, that always helps. Now with the arms, just going to move these out the way. I'm going to bring them up and in like that. And then we've got a tab here and a tab here, so we need to rotate that around. And we've got a hinge just right in there, and he's just going to unpeg like that, and you tab that into his torso. Same on the other side, turn that around, untab the elbow. Tab that in, turn these fists up, just like that. Then we're just going to bring these wheel sections around, fold them down, and they've got a tab. Damn, it's come undone. Get in there. Got a tab there. Okay, it's going to go into the forearm. Now, as you can see, this one bent the first time that I did it, and I wasn't rushing it, wasn't anything. It's very tight, so just be careful. Just try and angle it, because it's on like a hook, right? So that's on like a hook. So just try and hook it in there without putting too much pressure on it. There we go. And yeah, I probably won't bother. Might as well. It's already broken. There we go. He's just. Oh, there it is. He's in there now. And it's in there forever. Anyway, we won't worry about this bit just yet. Onto the feet, and we're gonna. This bit's a pain in the ass, right? So these bits here need to tab in there, and then these two bits need to tab in there. Now I can't get these to tab in there, no matter how hard I try, but we'll see how we go. So turn these smokestacks around like that, and then we're just going to fold that in on itself like that. So see, we've got the ratchet in this section, and then bring that around, and there we go, it's gone in. And then bring this up and jam him in there. That was easy. Now do the same on this side. Wedge it in there. So this one does not want to line up. Oh, geez, there we go, that's tight. Just get his feet out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, now it's come untabbed. Alright, there we go. Alright, in. Tab them together. Like that. Oh, it's come untabbed again. And there you go. Oh, that just, look, it's too big. The tab's too big. Maybe, and look, it's shaving off some of the plastic in there. Maybe before you do this, you really need to just widen that peg hole a little bit, because that, see, it's just forcing it back out again. See that? Does not want to stay in there. Anyway, all right, fold these, turn the feet like this, fold them in, bring these down. Bring it down. Why are you going? There we go. Just got to get the angle completely right. Tab all that in. Now bring this section out like this, and just tab it in there as well. That on mine, that's a very secure tab there. Let's tab that in. Let's just force that in. Oh, it doesn't reach. Doesn't work. Okay, there we go. It's just sort of sitting there. And I wonder if I can sit this one on here. I guess even without that hinge, this will hopefully still tab into this section. Yeah, kind of. And we go in. Oh man, this thing is frustrating. Yeah, kind of a bit crooked, but I guess you could call it a win. Anyway, there's Mixmaster. So yeah, there's Mixmaster. He's a little bit fiddly, but yeah, I don't know. He's secure enough. He's not as secure as their scrapper, or their whatever it was called. The tabs on that were really impressive, and they held really well. This one is a little bit, you know, one thing's going to come untabbed, the whole thing's going to come untabbed. Does that make sense? But yeah, there he is. Excuse the noise. Rolls just fine. These wheels are on those same push pins, although I don't have too much faith in them. That's what they look like, and they just rip straight out. So now again, I don't have NBK or the Generation Toy version to compare with, but I'll just put them alongside the JinJiang scrapper anyway. They look good together. I think it's going to be a good looking set when they're all finished and released. Now the details in Mixmaster are very soft. You can see they're very shallow. There isn't really much going on, just some rectangles and circles and lines and stuff. Very basic, but like with Scrapper, the plastic has cleaned up really well. I'm not seeing any huge sprue marks. I'm not seeing any huge bits of flash, little spiky bits, tabs, nothing. Again, JinJiang have tidied their product really, really well, especially compared to NBK, which has those sharp little spiky bits just all over it. Not suitable for a kid at all. And like I've said in the Scrapper video, I really believe these are made for little hands. These are made for kids. These are kids' toys, in my opinion. Shame that mine broke so easily. Well, that was already broken in the box, so who knows how that happened. But yeah, okay. On to the next one. Alright, so final thoughts wise, is it worth it and should you buy it? As an individual bot, I'm going to say no, definitely do not buy this, avoid it. The engineering, like the simplification, was done really poorly. The tabs are not well toleranced, and the plastic is really soft. It's just, I had a couple of breakages pretty quickly. The paint's not very good. Plastic, the purple looks fine. The rest of it, nah, it's not very good at all. Engineering wise, I do like what they did with the top hat, being able to turn it around and open that cement mixer section and have it all folded back. It gives it a much nicer, tidier look. I dig that. Looks good. The knees just don't allow for it. The knees aren't strong enough. The knees, yeah, they're awful. He becomes really back heavy and he just can't support himself. You can get him in a couple of poses, but nothing decent. But really, you're buying this for the set, aren't you? And as a foot, I've had a bit of a mess around with him. He's reasonably stable. The ankle pivot is nice. The set combined has a whole range of other issues, which I'll get into more when I do the long haul review and combine them all up. But spoiler alert, I won't be buying any more of this set. And that's all I've got for you. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe to my channel. Remember to check out my Facebook for daily news and updates on third-party and KO stuff. I have a new Instagram account, #botsandbits, all one word. And as always, guys, thank you very much for your time and thanks for watching.